Right, this is not a serious video. I've not made one for 2 weeks either. This is just a video, so if you go to my homepage, people, you will see this video here, and it's by a chap called Wakey Wakey. I've been subscribed to him now for a few years, and he's finally knocked a video out. It's been about, I don't know, 5 months since he's knocked a video out, and he's finally got into some of the stuff that I'm into, okay, that we're into here. So I'd like you to watch that, because finally somebody has got onto this, made a video in line with the type of stuff that I've been knocking out. Whether or not this person knows about my work, I mean, it's pretty obvious that he does, but there's no mention of it in there anyway. I'm not bothered about that. I do want you to watch it. Now, there are, I'd say a third of it is like contradictions to what he's talking about, and I will have to point a few things out, because, you know, just because I point you towards a video does not mean that I agree with everything, right? You know, this person has only just got into this subject, right, when I've been into it for 3 years, so obviously he's not going to be getting everything right, is he? But there is some excellent work in there, and it's an hour and a half long. So he spent some time on this video, whereas I just, you know, do it on the fly. But he does mention this type of stuff, mud fossils, and the way that he goes on about it, it's kind of making people that get into this stuff look stupid. Now, you know that I've left the mud fossil crowd because they turned lunatic with some of the stuff that they were showing, but I still appreciate the work. I still think it's real, okay, to some extent. If you check out Roger Spur's earlier work, when he was first getting into this, much of that stuff is valid. Everything that he's put out over the last year belongs in the loony bin, okay? But you can't be comparing. Look, when you say that this is the same and this is the other side, because at what point do we call something, you know, if it looks like a duck, then it is a duck. It's got an eye, hasn't it, on both sides. You can see the jawline on both sides. Just because it's 20 times bigger, right, and it doesn't line up with, you know, your paradigm. I mean, and obviously this is where the ears have been burnt off, right? But then he compares it to this, which is in Thailand, and says that just because this looks like a chicken, does that mean that that's an elephant? Well, really? You're going to compare this to what I've just shown you? Don't make yourself look stupid, right? Because, you know, when you look at it from further back, we can see the legs on this thing, and the chest, and the back legs, right? You can't compare this to Chicken Island, can you? Yeah, but this is some of the stuff that the mud fossil crowd get into, right? And that's the reason why I left them. So he probably is right on most of what he points out. Then he gets into the no trees video, which he also got into. I think it's one of the people that got me into it at that time. But now he seems to have come out of it. Well, you know, I'm not really too bothered about that, because this is something that I did not discover by myself, okay? I've made 2 videos on it, and those videos are in my other playlist. I've got 2 playlists, okay, for things that I haven't discovered and just expanded on, so I'm not too bothered. But this is the Devil's Tower, and still to this day I think this is a petrified tree. And he gets into it in this video that petrified wood does not split in this way. you.